Hello and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 Visual Novel and Narrative Game Design online course. We talked about how the project is gonna work a little bit in the previous lesson. So now let's start building our framework. So to begin with, we have our asset pack. So we have some sounds, we have some textures, we have the backgrounds, characters, the UI layout. Well, not layout, but textures. Now we're gonna have to create some UI layout. But before we do this, let's create some new folders. I'll create a new folder on content, call it blueprints. Let's create another one, call it UI, not inside blueprints. And if you want, you can color code your folders. I use blue for blueprints usually, lighter blue. This is fine. And a way lighter blue for UI, that's my preference. And let's create another folder called, again, not inside UI, inside content. Let's code this also. I like red for maps. Okay, now inside maps, let's create two new levels. Let's call one menu, other gameplay. And now, why are we not using the default map? There are cases that coding can go wrong or a bad blueprint in the map, and Unreal has some issues with opening a map as default that has errors in it. So we usually leave the default map empty. So let's begin with main menu. Let's go to our main menu. Let's go to our UI, right click, user interface, create a widget blueprint, call it WG main menu, and open it. Now for our main menu, we want to do some extreme things. So just gonna add a canvas. And inside the canvas, I'm gonna add a vertical box. An image. Now, let's anchor this. Let's start with the image. Make it anchor full. And offset it correctly to 0, 0. Let's select an image for our background. Now we can choose whatever we want. I think the park is nice. The background image for a main menu. Cool. Let's bring our vertical box also. Let's anchor it to the middle. Let's set it to yeah, 500 by 400. Fine. And for position, minus 250, so it centers. Minus 200. It centers on Y also. Now inside this vertical box, we need some buttons. So we're gonna add two buttons. Drag and drop them. A spacer. More than one. So for the buttons, I'm just gonna fill. Spacer is gonna fill. The other button is gonna fill. As you see, they have no style. And to be honest, image should be on hierarchy. behind the vertical box, because if it's in front, if you see what happened, we couldn't see the buttons because it's rendering the image first. So yeah, this is important. The hierarchy is a very important thing. Yeah, we're gonna need some more spacers. Gonna copy paste them. Move one up, one down. Already looks better. Now for the buttons, let's set a style. Let's go to our UI textures, and you can use whichever you want. I'm gonna use this one over here, and I'm gonna do one, and then I'm just gonna copy paste it on the second one. So we have a normal. This is a normal image. Now when it's hovered, since we don't have many textures, we can just change the tint to yellowish. It will add on top of the color that exists. And on pressed to green. This is fine. Let's copy the image to hovered image, the best image. Now there's way more options for disable, for normal, foreground, blah blah, many more options. We're not gonna use all this right now. We just want our mouse when it's on top of it to change color, give an indication to the player that you're targeting this, and now you pressed it. Now to copy this style, I'm just gonna select style, right click and copy, go to the next button, and again on style, I'm gonna just paste, and voila, it's ready. Now we're gonna need some text here also. The first and on the second button. I'm gonna call this start game, and the next one quit game. Now, maybe the most easiest functionality in Unreal is to program the quit game button. So let's do this now. Go to button. Yeah, the buttons need to be of is variable up here. So we're gonna press this and name it e underscore quit, e underscore. Okay. This is a variable. Oh. Well, this is it for this one. On the next, we're gonna start coding the buttons and finish with our main menu functionality.